First, it was Ty Strickland, then Arashma Parks, Jake Forrester, and now say goodbye to Jeremiah Williams. The transfer portal is filling up with more Owls every day. And we can't forget about football and Pro Day making its way back to 10th and Diamond. OwlAccess Pass is back and it all starts right now. Hello, Owl fans, and welcome into TV Studio 3 for a brand new edition of OwlAccess Pass. I'm Lindsey Moppert. We're kicking things off in the transfer portal after 5 members of the men's basketball team have announced their departure from the program. And after 2 seasons with the Owls, standout freshman guard Jeremiah Williams is among that list. Williams was known to be more than a key player for the Owls. In fact, some viewed him as a coach on the court. Prior to his shoulder injury earlier this year, he was the only Temple player to appear in every game these last 2 seasons. And of those games, he started in 37 of them. Williams also led Temple in both assists and steals per game. On top of that, he placed 5th in the AAC for assists per game. Needless to say, a tough loss for the Owls' growing program. It was a wrap-up of non-conference play for the Temple lacrosse team after facing the Monmouth Hawks and then the 5th-ranked Syracuse Orange this past week. The Owls haven't played a higher-ranked regular season opponent than Syracuse since 2016 when they played the number 2 seed Florida. First, Monmouth. It was a slow start for the Cherry and White as Monmouth managed to put up the first 3 goals of the contest. The Hawks still on top in the second and scored the first 2 goals of the quarter before Temple's Quinn Nicolai snuck in and fired her team up as they grabbed the lead going into the half. And the Owls never looked back. Monmouth attempted a rally, but it was just a little too late for the Hawks. Temple takes this one 13-10. And now for the 5th-ranked Syracuse Orange. Temple in the Blacktops. No surprise here, Belmastro Pietro managed to find the back of the net for the first goal of the game. But not so fast, Syracuse answered with 6 consecutive goals. And the Orange controlled the third quarter, scoring 6 of the 7 scored. Temple just could not keep up, and Syracuse took this contest by a mile with a final tally of 22-7. Now that non-conference play is out of the way, we look forward to the remainder of the regular season. So right here, we can see how some other AAC teams have been doing in non-conference play. Vanderbilt and Florida are among the top 2 teams that Temple will have to pay some extra attention to heading into these next few weeks in April. The Owls are 7-4 overall so far this season, but these records will all wipe clean as conference play begins. And as you can see here, Temple's first matchup this upcoming weekend is against Vanderbilt. These 2 teams were both voted to finish 2nd in the AAC preseason poll, while the Owls are one of the 2 American squads heading into conference play with a losing streak. You have to take into consideration that they just played the 5th-ranked Syracuse team. With only 5 conference games, Temple is going to have to capitalize on each and every one of them to finish in that top spot in the American. Capitalizing on every game will be essential for the Owls to get to the top of the conference. And that also means the star players Belmastro Pietro and Quinn Nicolai will need to continue to put up some of their typical game stats. Right now, Mastro Pietro has 32 goals, about 5 draw controls per game, and 44 total points. Nicolai has 33 goals, about 6 shots on goal per game, and 41 total points. Both Mastro Pietro and Nicolai are leaders in the AAC or the NCAA in all of those categories. The Temple fencing team has officially concluded its year by earning a 16th place finish among 24 other women's squads at the NCAA championship on Friday afternoon. This is a bit of a step back for the program, as the Owls finished 7th place out of 17 teams at the same competition just last season. Junior Naomi Ross improved on her day one finish, placing 19th in AP with 8 wins. And then freshman Anna Novoselic rounded out the team's selections, earning 21st place in foil with 6 wins. With their overall 16th place finish out of 24 teams at the event, the Owls earned the title of 10th in the entire nation at the conclusion of their season. That is quite an accomplishment, and we may just have to nominate both Naomi Ross and Anna Novoselic for a Mopp Award coming to you very soon. But for now, we take a look at 2 gymnastics stars, Julianna Roland and Brooke Donovedian, who are set to represent Temple's program at the NCAA regional competition in North Carolina starting on Wednesday. Starting with Roland, she earned a 2nd straight NCAA regional selection on the vault with the 2nd best qualifying score in the conference, the 8th best score in the Northeast region, and top 100 nationally at a 9.855. For Donovedian, unlike Roland, this is her first ever appearance at the NCAA regionals, but she is ranked 2nd in the EAGL and has the 10th best qualifying score in the Northeast region with a 9.89. Session 1 of the championship begins Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Looking to the tennis courts, the women's squad met Fordham in non-conference action on Saturday at the TU Pavilion, improving to 7-4 on the season with a 5-1 win over the Rams. The Owls won 4 straight singles matches to start the day, but thanks to the bad weather conditions, the doubles matches were not played. 4 of 5 Temple victories came from straight set wins, and all of this combined to mark the Owls' first home win of the season. And now for the men's team that had a bit of a busier weekend on its hands. The Owls posted an extremely dominant win over Hampton on Friday, 7-0, while playing outdoors for the first time so far this season. Temple then dropped a lopsided match against Old Dominion, winning only 1 singles match. The men bounced back with yet another dominant sweep over Norfolk State, 7-0. And now Temple moves on to 8-5 on the season. This past week presented the perfect opportunity to bring a fan favorite segment back. I've selected a great story about a Temple sports team doing things in its community. So you know what time it is. Let's mop it up. This week, my pick goes to the Temple football team. Each year, the program hosts its own pro day, and this time, 10 former Owls were tested in several drills and other fashions to grab the attention of the 12 NFL scouts in attendance. William Kwenku, Tavon Ruley, Michael Neese, and CJ Perez are just a few familiar faces to name. Not to mention Michigan State quarterback Anthony Russo, who played for the Owls for 5 years, finally returned home to North Broad Street for his shot to impress the scouts as well. With high hopes and stakes, these athletes definitely gave it their all. But it was single-digit Amir Tyler who stole the spotlight after teaming up with a program called Uplifting Athletes. This nonprofit aims to inspire the rare disease community with hope through sport. Tyler asked fans to donate for each inch in his vertical jump, and he came out on top with 38 inches. I think that's just amazing. Amir Tyler obviously wanted to perform well for his shot in the NFL, but he took it one step further. Tyler said that during his time as a student athlete at Temple, he realized that he needed to use his platform to make a difference and turn it into something positive. And don't worry, it's not too late to support his campaign and the 30 million Americans affected by rare diseases. The donation page can be found in Amir Tyler's Twitter bio and will be open until April 30th. And of course, you already know that every week here is a busy week at Owl Sports Update Productions. The Monday Sports Brief, I'm here on Tuesday. Wednesday, we've got our podcast, Owl Sports Update Off Air with the awesome Jay Rosen. And finally, we are live at noon on Thursday with our signature show, Owl Sports Update, where Luke Milai and Josh Safran will be rocking the desk this week. That will just about do it for this episode of OwlAccess Pass. So until next week, same time, same place, your access is now up. For the entire crew, I'm Lindsey Moppert. Have a very lovely week, everyone.